Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Vanessa Safel, and you are tuned in to Always Healing. Well, I am on a journey of figuring out my family tree. And as I'm digging, I'm starting to ask more questions that were never answered, that were never told. And the more conscious and aware you become about your family, you start thinking, ooh, some stuff, it make your emotions work up, y'all. I'm going to tell you something. Our parents, these baby boomers and generation, I don't know what to call them, okay? But these people that was born in the 1950s all the way through 1980s, they different. Okay. And when you start realizing like secrets is something that they tried to use to keep the family together, really made the family worse. Oh, as I'm healing, I realize that some of the issues I'm having is the karma of my parents and what they did wrong and what they did not finish and what they did not complete. And it's showing up in my love life. It's showing up in my career. It's showing up in money. Oh, now I'm not going to blame everything on them, but now I got new questions. In this video, I want you to ask your parents these questions the next time you see them. It's up to you to decide. If I was you, I would ask them separate and I would ask them together, just to see if the answers match up, because it's really like a detective moment. Somebody want to tell me what happened? These questions are going to help you understand and find truth and reason, because now you're an adult. You can't lie to me. I'm not a kid no more. No, I'm not a kid. No, I know that don't make sense. I know that wasn't right. The difference between me and you, possibly, is that my parents, both of them have deceased. They both have passed on. So when I ask my parents questions, I actually have to light up my altar space and light up my candles and bring pictures of them to the altar and sit and meditate and wait for them to come talk. If y'all got something to say it now. Because I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And then after that process, if energy is still lingering in me, I will book a Reiki session and allow the Reiki person to either pull the energy off or to speak like an empath. I get energy work that thorough because, like I said, both of my parents have deceased. So I can't just go over their house and be like, so y'all want to tell me why y'all really broke up? So our baby boomer generation is starting to reach their revelation stage. They have to tell the truth before they pass on. That's the goal. We want them to tell the truth. And the baby boomers, they're from like 1946 to 1964. That group of people, they are the ones that are known to hold these secrets, boy. And as they age, they start having these health issues, these chronic health issues. And it's usually because they're not living in the truth and their heart is not as light as a feather. And that's a spiritual tradition and wisdom to know that you have to live your life as light as a feather. So when you old, you are set free from the trauma. You're set free from the haunting of the things you did not tell the truth about. So if you've been following my series, I had to go find some photos. I had to draw out my family tree. I had to create an inner child altar shrine so that when I'm dealing with these emotions, my inner child is also healing the wounds that have been pressed upon me. Woo! You have your tools on. Crystals, oils, your protection prayer. Also, make sure your phone is charged so you can record this, because you may go into a whole spiel and you need to take notes later because you find out some real raw stuff that you did not want to know. And now we're going into investigation mode where we got to ask all these questions. Our parents are very unique, y'all, because we realize as they get older, as they start aging, their mind, body, and spirit starts doing this weird thing where they either blurt out everything they going through or they like really try to take it to the grave. But if you start working on your healing work, they have to tell you the truth, especially your mama. And the mama, usually that's the one that has the most secrets. The fathers just be like so numb and heartbroken. Most of the time they're heartbroken because they didn't know they baby mama wife was like that until they got with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a mess for some of us. But when we see these secrets, we know that there's always truth behind the secret. And if you're doing the work and you're using your tools, your spiritual tools, the dark will come to the light. So it's time to ask your parents some stuff. Now, before you go asking them stuff, I need you to bring some tools. You need to be wearing your crystals, your oils. You need to have your protection prayer, because when you ask these questions, they may start cutting up. Everything that they don't want to deal with, they don't want to deal with, but it has to come to the light. In order for the family to heal and have understanding, they have to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God, they got to. Because all these little lies and secrets is what's making the family or you as a person kind of be in this like pop lock situation with spirit. Is one minute you flowing and then you stop. The next minute you going and then you get beat up by some entities or energies. So breakthrough by asking these questions. How did you meet Dad? How did you meet Mom? How did y'all meet? Ask them both, separate and together. How did y'all meet each other? Was it at the club? Was it at a community event? Did your family introduce y'all? Was it a love story or was it a ghetto story? Why did y'all have me? Why did y'all decide to have me? Why am I asking this? Because some parents realized you was a oops baby. Some parents had you out of wedlock. Some parents just was, like I said, being ghetto and doing stuff that they shouldn't have been doing, drugs, partying or whatever. And they did not plan for you. This one hurts. But if you don't know the real answer, that's why you interview them separate and together. If you don't know that real answer, it'll haunt you and you won't even know why you feel this energy, because you're still gonna feel the energy of your mother's womb and the energy of your father's womb. Because when they were having you during the pregnancy, they either were fighting or they were together, they were building or they were destroying each other. And you're feeling that. How did y'all get to this point? What was the hardest part of parenting for you? They have to think back to the history of parenting you and raising. What was the hardest part? They older now, you grown. You in your late 20s, 30s, 40s, you grown. They should be able to answer that question. What was the hardest part? That gives you a sense of compassion, but it also shows you a pattern in themselves, in a pattern that could happen to you. If you're thinking about becoming a parent, you want to mitigate the hardest part. If the hardest part was income, then you need to be working on your income right now so that when you have children, that's not the issue. Break that. So this question is to see if you can break any of those repeating patterns. Now we need to sweeten it up, because now you got them all worked up. Why you asking me all these questions? I don't want to answer the questions. That's why I say record it, because you may have to come back another day and ask one question each time you visit, because they want to act like they don't know. But let's soften. Tell me about the day that I was born. What was happening? Was it a good pregnancy delivery? Was it crazy? Was it planned? Was it dramatic? Did Daddy become a hero for the day? Tell me Who was really rocking for me? Who was happy to see me? Come on. Who was there? Who came and helped with the whole process? Who showed up at the hospital? Like, get the sweetness of it. Because even though parents realize that they may have not planned the baby, they still have time to celebrate, like, we did this. This was amazingly crazy. You know, like, it's dramatic, but there has to be a sweet spot. I know that this question also can go the other way. It could be one of the coldest, darkest stories ever. But if it's a dark story, now you know why you have cycles of depression. Now you know why you have this like inner anger in you, this sadness in you. And now I'm going to recommend, if you had an answer, any of these answers was too dark for you, after you visit them, please go find you a Reiki practitioner. Reiki practitioner plus your zip code, look at their face and see if you like their energy. You may have to travel because everybody's not a good Reiki practitioner. Some people but Reiki would at least help you, or a yoga, but you're going to have to do some leg work, because as you're hearing the answers, this is heavy stuff, y'all. It's heavy. Like your inner child over here, like turned into a little goblin. That's why I said you have to have your altar work ready, because you're going to hear and feel some stuff, and you got to have all the tools ready to shake that off. Between your altar staying lit and you doing the Reiki work and you finding peace and finding solution, you're going to be okay. What do you love about me? It's kind of hard for some parents to say this. I was fortunate enough to have a mom that, even though she was a substance abuser, she loved me and she loved my sister. I don't know, she was a little more sweeter to me than she was with my sister. So I got lucky. Obviously, I'm over here finding stuff from when I was in kindergarten, preschool, that she kept, because she just adored me. She found me so amazing, and I can't ever replace that. Like the joy that you guys, if you ever see my smile in person, like that's my mom's smile, the exact same teeth, the whole set of that joy, that bliss. That's from my mom saying she loved me and why. And she kept smothering me with all her love. And I appreciate that now that I'm older, because that's literally the only reason I'm able to have the courage to even do videos, to even go through this, is her humor and her smile, her love. All the things she loved about me, I kept believing it as true, and it kept expanding in my awareness. No matter if I ain't got nothing or if I have everything, that energy still is instilled in me. Why does your parents love you? What do they love about you? It may be the turn of, this is a new relationship right now, because I never knew you liked me like that. I never knew you liked me at all. You know what I'm saying? So let this be what it is, because they have to say why they love you. Now you grown. They may not have been able to say it while they were struggling with parenting, but as they get older, they have to find reasons that they're proud of you, that they love you, because you are a part of them. And that question, it humbles you. It's going to tear you up. Y'all both going to be crying. I'm going to tell you. It make me cry when I see two people say why they love each other. And when it's a parent and a child, it's different, you know, because they made you. You know, and they watched you grow, and you still here trying to heal, trying to get through it. So enjoy them tears, okay? Listen, do a story time, do some healing work, and share your story. And here's the last question. What did you think I would become? Those expectations of our parents. Now, this may put you back in a funk. But hopefully you mature and conscious and aware that, you know, your parents saw you and they thought you were going to become this and that. But you became whatever God has led you to. And maybe you are going to come back around to that too. Because let me tell y'all something. Did y'all see this video where I'm talking about creating the childhood shrine, and I found my baby pictures? Well, in this video, I found out that I've been a writer since I was a little girl, and I write my content now for YouTube. I write my content for the short films that I do. I write my content for the healing journeys that I put people on, because I do like people to go through these creative journeys with me. But I write and I write and I write and I write, and it's still in me. So I don't know where my mom thought I would be, because like I said, rest in peace, she's gone. But she definitely left some evidence, like, this is what you said you was gonna do. Okay, mama, I hear you. I see you. Wow, you guys, ain't that some tough stuff? But those questions is gonna get some breakthroughs. You're gonna get some answers, some truth, some realness. And it's all emotional. Please be prepared to be emotional. Please be vulnerable with your parents. If they cry and tear up too, feel them. Don't be so angry and blocked. Like, that's not healing. You trying to heal with them. You trying to get the answers. And that may set them free. That may be their last words. That may be the thing they needed to realize that their life matters, or this is it. And you have to humbly allow that journey to happen. I so love how miracles and energy works on the spiritual side, because for people of color, we value our ancestors. And my mother is an ancestor, and I am always just in these moments of tears, even in this moment, because even though she wasn't the perfect mother, she did her best. And she saved what she could to put me in a position to be where I'm at now. It's not the rich and famous, but it's definitely enough to make me fulfilled. And I look forward to being a mother one day. I look forward to being a grandma one day. And maybe by that time I'm rich and famous, chilling in Vegas. But I just see how God moves the energy around and around. That Sankofa, y'all, that's a real thing, and it's beautiful. I'm so grateful that y'all keep coming back to my videos. Y'all stay tuned, keep doing the work, and know that your life matters. And when you're able to tell your story, you are now unlocking your destiny. Get some more light. Fix the light. Here we go. So don't look too bad. Cut that out. One day I'm gonna have a really nice setup, y'all. Today I like this wall because it's clean. If it's a little messy in my room, I ain't got to deal with it. And I'm working on some projects. So the art side of me has gotten in the way of why the wall is always white. But I'm happy that y'all even just listen to me and be vibing. You ain't got to look at the channel. Just hear me talking.